So yeah, setting boundaries if you're not used to it or if you didn't grow up with strong ones is another skill that you have to learn. And just like every skill, you start off shitty and then you get better over time. The thing that the guys like you that have a fear of success don't realize is compatibility means she doesn't piss you off. The more compatible a person is, the more perfect they are. The more that they are already behaving in the way you want them to behave without you having to tell them to do it. It's really a matter of getting your screening in order, so that way you're only screening in people that are above a certain level of compatibility, and once they're above that level, you don't have to worry that they're going to become a hassle because you've already vetted them out. Yeah, that takes some progress, and it takes learning what the signals are, like learning what the red flags are. But we've got books that can help with that. Too Good to Leave, Too Bad to Stay, one of the ones I recommended to Iron. We've got communication tactics that you can use. For me, I just consider it fun and just my normal personality that I've had since high school. But I'll meet a new person, and within 5 minutes of meeting that person, we're talking about sex and drugs. And if they can't fucking hang, they're not my friend. No hard feelings, but my friends aren't going to give me about the things that I'm into, So that happens to be, I discovered it organically, but that happens to be a really strong way of screening out squares. Right?
I'm really excited for this group actually, because it's like in the book No More Mr. Nice Guy, he ends it by saying guys need a group to hang out with and talk about their feelings and stuff, which is really important because it's like there's no real place to be part of the tribe nowadays, and I think that's a real positive aspect that you can actually count on other guys in their opinion and not being judgmental, being dude, let's say, too machismo. And like I'm slowly getting to the right place again. But I mean, this has been a great ride so far. I could brag, but it's not. It's just been amazing, spiritually and women-wise. It's just been incredible. So
all of you guys who are into personal development and you actually want to make your life better, you want to love more, you want to feel more, you want to connect more authentically with other people, you want to take more chances, or you just want to make friends with some really, really amazing guys that are going to help hold you accountable to achieving your goals and building that life you've always wanted, please consider joining the Infinite Man online community. It is amazing. We're recruiting right now, and we've got in the next couple of months some amazing trainings all about social freedom, self-expression, being able to laugh and express who you are and connect with people on a really, really deep level. It's all happening inside the online community. So please click the link below and consider joining us. It is very, very powerful, and it's not that expensive. I know you can afford it. Okay, I love you, and I'll see you when I see you. Mwah.
There's still, I mean, one of the things that I need to get more conscious with is that there's people who I interact with who really piss me off, and my whole theory is just turn them off, but I have to work with them sometimes. I have to be in the same rooms, so I got to learn how to be better at, because they're ultimately they're crazy, right? They're insane. They just won't leave me alone, which is there's worse problems to have, right? But it's just I need to understand how to be myself in those situations and not give away my good stuff just because they're an asshole doesn't mean I have to stop being me, right? That's a key part.
Exactly. That's huge. That's what this whole thing's about, is getting in touch with who you really are and what you want to express, and just always being yourself no matter what, including, and this is where it gets tricky, if somebody's triggering you or being an asshole, right, rather than you snapping and being like, you know what, go f*** yourself, just staying in that, staying true to who you are, and just realizing, okay, it's just their ego, it's out of control, and it's fine. Don't take anything personally, right? Because it's not really who they are. It's just their ego acting up.
One of the benefits of going through boot camp and having this amazing journey and becoming this incredible person is that you become very attractive, right? So it's the hard part is that a lot of people are very attracted to being around me now, which is a good thing in general. It's a good thing, but then it gets very exhausting at the same time, because part of me is people pleasing, I know. So I want to make everybody happy, but it doesn't, I'm not getting what I need out of the way. If I don't help myself in the process, then I'm really just hurting myself, which is not unacceptable. That's the truth. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Yeah.
The best is when you refine yourself to like you're so accept yourself and you know what you're like and you're just always being you. And the people who naturally are attracted to just that version of you, they're the ones that always want to hang around you, and you love hanging out with those people because they fully accept you and you accept them. So it ends up actually as you evolve, more people may like you, but actually you actually end up hanging with a smaller amount of people because you're so clear on who you are. Only the people who really like exactly that are around, and everyone else, you know what I'm saying? If it's not close to 100% match, or people really vibe with, you just only have so much time. So you only want to be around the people who you really click with, and that's the process. And so actually, one way you can actually measure how far advanced someone is in their personal development is if they're hanging out with lots of different people. Some people they kind of like, some they don't, and they're not that far along. When you're hanging out with actually much less people and they're all amazing, and you click with all of them, you've refined who you are further down. You see what I'm saying? Because when you really get to who you are, you don't want to hang out with everybody. It's unnatural.
Yeah.
Mike has something that talks about that. You talk about, what do you call it when you get rid of people? I don't know.
I don't know if I have a term for it, but you know, it all comes from
Distillation.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, one of the things that I'm forgetting if it was our buddy Steve Pavlina, but what Sasha is saying is as you progress, you cut out the partial matches, and the people that are partial matches, that's probably what I used with you. People that are partial matches are going to suck your energy because you're like, hey, this relationship is 90% great. Well, my marriage was 90% great, and that was miserable. That you know, when things aren't the way that you feel like they should be or know that they could be, and it's just it's not happening, that's when resentment builds. That's when frustration builds. The longer you accept the position, the more you start hating yourself. Like, why do I keep putting myself through this? Before my divorce, I really didn't comprehend or understand how high quality relationships could be. I thought it was false. I thought it was I had no example for a super high quality relationship. And then once I decided to believe in them, I started to see them more and more. And then I got like two for sure, maybe a couple more relationships that were just ideal on every level for whatever my purpose was, whether it was a casual relationship or, or a longer term or something like that. And I was like, you know what? If I just don't settle, if I create the kind of relationship what I want, and I refuse to accept anything less, I will find it. And I won't just find it, but I'll find multiple versions of that, whether it's in friendships or communities or anything like that. But you essentially have to set yourself up for failure, fail, learn the lesson, and then iterate and do better next time. If we could learn ahead of time, especially if we could learn from other people's mistakes, then we can't seem to do that for everything. There's no 100% success rate. But being in a group like this, being around this kind of energy and us bouncing these ideas and stories and experiences off one another, this is your best chance of avoiding other people's mistakes and learning faster than you would on your own. So yeah, I mean, Matt, I've always said you're doing the right thing, so just keep up the good work.